Let's be honest, for most of us, public speaking is absolutely terrifying. But what if I told you the secret to giving a great talk isn't some gift you're born with, but a skill that anyone, and I mean anyone, can master? Well, we're about to break down the official guide from the man behind TED himself, Chris Anderson, to figure out how to share an idea that can really, truly connect with people.
You know this feeling, right? We've all seen a talk like this. For like 18 minutes, the rest of the world just melts away. You're completely captivated, you're inspired, and you walk away feeling fundamentally changed. That is the incredible power of a well-delivered idea. And here's the thing, it's not magic. It's a craft, and it's a craft that you can learn.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to tackle a huge mindset shift. Then, we'll figure out how to find your core idea. After that, we'll talk about the common traps to sidestep, how to build a solid structure, and finally, how to walk out on that stage with real confidence. Okay, let's dive right into the single most important idea in this entire guide. Seriously, this one concept changes everything. So for just a second, I want you to forget everything you think you know about stage presence or charisma or being a performer. See, the goal of a great talk is not to perform, it's to give. It's all about generously handing an idea over to your audience, literally building it inside their minds. And that simple shift, it takes all the pressure off. You don't have to perform anymore. You just have to share, which, is something we all instinctively know how to do. Right. So, to give an idea, you kind of need one worth sharing in the first place. But where on earth do you find it? Well, according to Anderson, most of us are already sitting on a gold mine of powerful ideas and we don't even realize it. And this is the question that stops so many people dead in their tracks, isn't it? We think, oh, my life is too ordinary, or I don't have anything truly insightful to say. But that is a massive underestimation of your own unique point of view. Your idea doesn't need to be some grand, world-changing theory. Nope. It can come from your daily life, your work, maybe a conversation you had last week. It could be something that sparked a moment of joy, or even anger. These personal insights, the stuff that makes up your unique inner world, that's the raw material for a fantastic talk. Okay, so you've got your idea. Now it's surprisingly easy to get in your own way and mess it up. Anderson points out 4 super common traps that can completely derail even the most brilliant concepts. Let's break down exactly what you need to avoid. First up, the sales pitch. Ugh. The second your audience feels like you're trying to take something from them, whether it's their money or just their admiration, that bond of trust is shattered. You have to remember, a great talk is always, always an act of generosity. Trap number 2 is the ramble. You've seen this. It's when a speaker just sort of wanders from one thought to the next with no clear structure, no real point. It's lazy, it's unfocused, and honestly, it's disrespectful to the people who've given you their most valuable asset, their time. Next up, what he calls the org bore. It is so tempting to talk about your company's amazing structure or your new product line, but here is the hard truth. Nobody who doesn't work there cares. They don't want a flowchart. They want the passion, the innovation, the universal idea that's driving your work. Focus on that. And finally, the trap of fake inspiration. You just can't act inspirational. Trying to mimic some other speaker you saw online just feels manipulative. Real inspiration isn't a performance. It's what happens naturally when you share an idea you genuinely, deeply care about. So we know what not to do, but how do we actually build a talk that really works? Okay, let's get into the most powerful tool for structuring your idea and making sure it lands with some serious impact. The solution is what's called your through line. Think of it like the spine of your talk. It is the central connecting idea that every single story, every example, every piece of evidence you use is attached to. It's what keeps your talk focused and makes sure it all makes sense.
Here's a perfect example to show the difference. Kayaking in Kazakhstan. That's just a topic. It tells the audience what you're talking about, sure. But the surprising power of team spirit that I discovered while kayaking in Kazakhstan, now that is a through line. See the difference? It reveals the whole point you're making, the single idea you're trying to build in their minds.
All right, you've done the hard work, you've found your idea, you've dodged the traps, and you built a strong through line. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle, the delivery. Look, nerves are normal. Even the pros get them, but you can manage them. Before you go on stage, take a few deep, slow breaths. It really does calm your nervous system. Drink some water. And once you're out there, scan the crowd and find a couple of people who are smiling or nodding. Trust me, their friendly energy is contagious. Now listen up, because this is huge. Your opening 60 seconds are absolutely critical. In that first minute, you have one job, and one job only: earn their attention. You have to spark their curiosity and give them a real reason to lean in and listen to what you have to say. Take this opening from a famous chef. Wow. It's dramatic, it's shocking, and it immediately makes you go, wait, what? You can't help but wonder what he's going to say next. That is the power of a strong hook. And while you're talking, your physical presence can either boost your message or totally undermine it. So vary your vocal pace, speed up when you're excited, slow down for emphasis. Stand tall to project confidence. Use your hands naturally, and please make eye contact with different people in the audience. That is how you turn a speech into a real human connection. But you know, after all the tips and all the techniques, we come back to the most important point of all. You can master every trick in the book, but if you're not being yourself, the audience will know. The most powerful tool you have is your own genuine, authentic passion for your idea. And this is the final empowering message from Chris Anderson. Public speaking doesn't have to be some big, scary theatrical performance. Just think of it like a conversation that's been scaled up a bit. If you can share something you're excited about with a few friends, then you already have the fundamental skill you need. And so, we come right back to where we started. Forget about being a perfect speaker. Instead, focus on the gift, the idea. Think about your own unique experiences, your passions, your insights. And ask yourself this: what's the one idea that you have that is truly worth sharing?